Oh, it's been a little bit wonky all across the U.S. Things are going to start to flatten out. We do have a pattern change that is setting up that's going to have pretty big impacts on how things feel around here locally. Right now, though, it is still plenty cold. Temperatures are in the teens and low 20s as the lake snow will be lingering longer into the early afternoon hours. That's what's new in the forecast, and what's changed is that the National Weather Service decided to extend the winter weather advisory that was issued earlier for the primary snow belt. Now that goes through 4 p.m. We will be continuing to see the snow coming down over the next couple of hours, but things are going to start to back off a little bit as we head into the afternoon. It does look like overall the lake snow is widespread, primary and secondary right now, and it will all start to taper off late afternoon into the evening. That said, from now until then, we have the changing conditions across the area, especially if you're driving around, so be alert for slick spots. I mentioned the winter weather advisory. It is now extended till 4 o'clock for Lake Geauga and Ashtabula counties as this snow continues to come down. It's not just in the primary snow belt areas, though. You can see it is widespread coming in off of the entirety of the Lake Erie Basin, getting some light flurries back toward Vermilion. Heavier snow coming in to Lorain, Avon Lake, Avon, Sheffield, Sheffield Village, down into North Ridgeville, and then over into Cuyahoga County. Downtown Cleveland getting snow right now, as well as areas south around Brooklyn and Parma, out into Garfield Heights. Berea getting in on some of that, as well as Oakwood Village a little bit farther to the east. And then we have this next band that's coming in over Euclid that is headed down through the Chardon area and then Chagrin Falls, Novelty, and down into Burton. Of course, the primary snow belt is also still getting that heavy snow, and that is coming in over Paynesville, Fairport Harbor, over into the Thompson area. And yes, there is still snow that is falling in Ashtabula County, but that snow tends to kind of go right under where that radar beam is right now. So bigger picture shows that we're watching the snow in western Michigan. Why do we watch the snow in western Michigan? Well, if you've watched me any time over the last 20 plus years, you know I love to watch the upstream snow because often that's a harbinger of what's going to happen here. And you can see that the snow showers are definitely tapering off of Lake Michigan. That's drier air that's moving in. The winds are settling down, and we're probably going to see that same effect happening here. So let's take a look at your National Designer hour-by-hour forecast. As the snow winds down, we'll get a few breaks in the overcast coming in, but the temperatures are still pretty chilly. We'll be in the 20s this afternoon. This evening, we'll back it down into the teens as that snow completely winds down, and that will lead us into a cloudy start to our day on Saturday. And by day start, I mean like midnight. You can see there's not a whole lot of snow that's coming in. This is not a mean snow. This is just decorative snow that'll put a candy coating on top of everything, but it also has the impacts on the roads that could get a little slushy in spots. So just be careful. As far as the impacts the rest of the week, well, today's pretty low impact. Tomorrow's going to be pretty low impact, although you can see the little bump there. We do have some snow tomorrow night. Monday, we have a warm front that's coming in. That warm front's going to spell big changes for us. I show you the water vapor imagery here, and I said things are a little wonky across the country. Look at this water vapor imagery. So this is tracking humidity in the mid layers of the atmosphere. Notice how we have this big onshore push on the west coast, and then this huge curve that happens right here. This is why we have been so cold and snowy. This is cold air that's locked in eastern Canada. That's going to move. Once that moves, everything opens up, and we're finally going to start to see this pattern change evolving. And that pattern change right on the leading edge of it will bring a little batch of snow. That's Monday, and then things are going to warm up after that. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast, and you kind of see how all this evolves as we have these snow showers that are going to be around. I mentioned the little clipper system for late Saturday with a little bit of snow. That clears out for Sunday, and then as you can see, we warm up substantially with temperatures topping out in the upper 40s to near 50 next week with rain instead of snow.
A pleasant little uphill climb in temperature, though.
Little reprieve.
Yeah, much different than what we saw last week where it was all down.
Yes.
All right.